Biafran national anthem, the land of the rising sun. Land of rising sun, we love and cherish, beloved homeland of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from our foes. But if the price is death, for we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hail to Biafra, consecrated nation. O fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be evident creation. Spilling our blood will count every pledge. A waving standard, wishing for them the free, shall always be our flag of liberty. We shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and through the crucible unscattered we pass. When we are wise, the wounds of our soul to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumps first be the glorious song. Our victory we will and wrong. O God, protect us from the healing before. Guide all our movements, lest we go astray. Give us the strength to hear the gloom and storm, to be round not on the cross. Bless those who rose to serve with strength of goodness, to make this land a land of righteousness. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. We proceed. Declaration of the Nation of Biafra, May 30th, 1967. Fellow countrymen and women, you, the people of Eastern Nigeria, conscious of supreme authority of Almighty God over all mankind, of your duty to yourselves and posterity, aware that you can no longer be protected in your lives, in your property by any government based outside Eastern Nigeria. Believing that you are born free and have certain inalienable rights which can best be preserved by yourselves. Unwilling to be unfree partners in any association of a political or economic nature. Rejecting the authority of any person or persons other than the military government of Eastern Nigeria to make any imposition of whatever kind or nature upon you. Determined to dissolve all political and other ties between you and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Prepare to enter into such association, treaty, or alliance with any sovereign state within the former Federal Republic of Nigeria, and elsewhere on such terms and conditions as best to subserve your common good. Affirming your trust and confidence in me, having mandated me to proclaim on your behalf and in your name that Eastern Nigeria be a sovereign independent republic. Now, therefore, I, Lieutenant Colonel Chukwuemeka Odimegwu, military governor of Eastern Nigeria, by virtue of authority and pursuant to principles recited above, do hereby solemnly proclaim that the territory and region known as and called Eastern Nigeria today, together with her continental shelves and territory waters, shall henceforth be an independent sovereign state of the name, title of the Republic of Biafra. And I do declare that, 1, all political ties between us and the Federal Republic of Nigeria are hereby totally dissolved. 2, all subsisting contractual obligation entered into by the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria or by any person, authority, or organization or government acting on its behalf with any person, authority, or organization operating or relating to any matter or thing within the Republic of Biafra shall henceforth be deemed to be entered into with the military governor of the Federal Republic of Biafra. For and on behalf of government and people of the Republic of Biafra, the covenant thereof shall, subject to this declaration, be performed by parties according to their tenor. 3, all subsisting international treaties and obligations made on behalf of Eastern Nigeria by the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria shall be honored and respected. 4, Eastern Nigeria's due share of all the subsisting international debits and obligations entered into by the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on behalf of the Federation of Nigeria shall be honored and respected. 5, steps will be taken to open discussions of the question of Eastern Nigeria's due share of the assets of the Federation of Nigeria and personal properties of the citizens of Biafra throughout the Federation of Nigeria. 6, the rights, privileges, pensions, etc. of all personnel of the public services, the armed forces, and the police now serving in any capacity within the Republic of Biafra are hereby guaranteed. 7, we shall keep the door open for association with and would welcome any sovereign unit or units in the former Federation of Nigeria or in any other parts of Africa, desirous of associating with us for the purpose of running a common services organization and for the establishment of economic ties. 8, we shall protect the lives and property of all the foreigners residing in Biafra. We shall extend the hand of friendship to those nations who respect our sovereignty and shall repeal any interference in our internal affairs. 8, we shall faithfully adhere to the Charter of the Organization of African Unity and of the United Nations organizations. 10, it is our intention to remain a member of the British Commonwealth of Nations in our right as a sovereign and independent nation. Long live the Federal Republic of Biafra, and may God protect all who live in her. He said,
It's a Biafran Remembrance Day. Fellow Biafrans, we are gathered here today, Obose Afo, 30th of May, 2080 AD, to pay befitting Biafran Memorial Service and journey of remembrance to not only honor our heroes, but to ask Okike creation, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, to grant their spirit internal rest in his kingdom. It is our custom, though the ages, for Biafrans to pay their respect to fellow departed Biafrans. Our thoughts and prayers are with all families whose loved ones, father, mother, husband, wife, children, unborn children, nursing mothers, and many more were killed during the war and being killed, maimed, beheaded, massacred, and on daily basis by Islamic jihadists in Nigeria, and also all Biafran who have died fighting for what they believe in. And at this moment, we invite every family and friends to remain coordinated for the memorial service and journey of remembrance. We remember our people who suffered and died so that we could be free and secure. May their memory be more than a distant shadow. We remember our Major General Johnson Thomas Omunna Aguiyi-Ironsi.
we remember.
Colonel T.C. Onwatuegwu.
We remember.
Lieutenant Colonel Nicholas Ejike.
We remember.
Captain G.N.E. Ogwala.
We remember.
Major C.J. Anofora. We remember. Lieutenant Colonel, that is Second Lieutenant A.D. Mbadiwe.
We remember.
Lieutenant A.D.C. Obonna.
We remember.
Lieutenant Captain, that's Lieutenant Captain A.I. Oroko.
We remember.
Captain A.O. Ekpet.
We remember.
Major B.E. Namani.
We remember.
Major Christopher M. Lifomo.
We remember.
Then they said using a lighted candle facing towards the east. Do we do it? No.
Yes.
Do we do it? Raising the candle towards the east.
May Chukwu Okike Abiyama receive their fellow souls, the souls of all the faithful departed during the Biafra Civil War, in the mighty name of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Second reading.
Second reading. The souls of the righteous are in the hands of God, and there shall be no more torment backing them. In the sight of the wise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. And they are going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they've been punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And they, having been a little chastened, they shall be greatly rewarded, for God provides them, and found them worthy of himself. We remember our brothers and sisters who sacrificed, kept their dream for Biafra based on truth, love, and justice alive. We remember them.
We remember.
Captain Chukwueke,
We remember.
Lieutenant ECN Achebe,
We remember.
Second Lieutenant E. Obon Naya,
We remember.
Lieutenant Colonel G.O. Oko Nweze,
We remember.
Lieutenant G.O. Mbabie,
We remember.
Lieutenant Colonel H. Ilo Putife,
We remember.
Major E.A. Ekemma,
We remember.
Lieutenant Colonel I.C. Okoro,
We remember.
Captain I.U. Idika,
We remember.
Major J.I. Obienu,
We remember.
Major G.O.C. Ihedibo,
We remember.
using a lighted candle, rise it up facing the east. We say, may their courage be our inspiration and strength.
Fellow Biafrans, we are called upon by the most solemn admonition to uncertainty of human life and the inevitable termination of all earthly pursuit. For we gather to pay a last farewell to our heroes, the brave men and the women who died that we may live. These last officers and the honor paid to our dead provide us an opportunity to express our sense of loss and to offer a tribute to their memory, while they enable us likewise to bear witness to our belief in the immortality of their soul. For life cut short and the vision unrealized, we remember Lieutenant General J.D. Ovuezirie.
We remember.
Lieutenant J.U. Oba,
We remember.
Captain Jonathan Egere,
We remember.
Lieutenant K. De Waribo,
We remember.
Captain L.C. Dilibe,
We remember.
Major Obi,
We remember.
Major O. Isong,
We remember.
Captain P.C. Ogoye,
We remember.
Lieutenant P.K. Oyenebo,
We remember.
Lieutenant P.D. Ekediyo,
We remember.
Lieutenant S.E. Owukwe,
We remember.
Captain S.C. Maduabum,
We remember.
Major T.E. Njogo,
We remember.
Lieutenant P.O. Ibik,
We remember.
Captain Aro Agbazue,
We remember.
Lieutenant P.O. Ibik,
We remember.
Captain Aro Agbazue.
We remember.
May their courage be our inspiration and the strength in the name of Chukwuka Abiyama.
Fourth reader.
Biafrans,
Freedom.
Biafrans,
Freedom.
Biafrans.
Freedom.
In particular, they remind us that our lives are to be lived in accordance with divine providence and ready to lay it down for the cause of Biafra and salvation of humanity. That we are diligently to work while it is yet day, so that when it calls, so that when the call comes to lay down our tools, we may be found ready to enter into the kingdom of Chukwuka Abiyama. We are in his light, we shall see light. We remember the falling of our Biafran armed services. We remember the victim of terror and tragedy. We remember the millions of defenseless women, men and child born in the market stripe to their death in schools and hospitals by sovereign minds and piloted by Egyptians. We remember.
We remember.
WOI Elijah Anosike.
We remember.
Second Sergeant Ewom Ejiobo.
We remember.
WO 11 Dakera Uya.
We remember.
Second Sergeant Davidson Njoko.
We remember.
Second Sergeant Sevanos Ezuku.
We remember.
Sergeant Evans Jim Udo.
We remember.
Captain Pius Dike.
We remember.
Captain Michael Apodike.
We remember.
Captain Johnson Agbo.
We remember.
Lieutenant Captain Gabriel Okezie.
We remember.
Using lighted candle, raise it up, facing the east, we say, may their courage be our inspiration and strength.
Fifth reader.
Dear France,
Freedom.
dear France,
Freedom.
while we sorrow for our loss, let us lift up our hearts in thanksgiving for their sacrifice. Fight well fought, life well spent, and work well done. And let us humbly pray that we may be given grace, strength, and wisdom to enable us perform our duty in pathway of Biafra quest, and of life service. May the darkness of their loss not obscure the light of our peace. They were in love with the land of Biafra and were in love with life. For the agony, the tears, the mothers and the fathers, for the children who were and the children yet to be, where we remember. We remember. We hereby remember Lieutenant Captain David Ishikuma.
We remember.
Lieutenant Fidelis Onyekwe.
We remember.
Captain Mba Iroha.
We remember.
Sergeant Celestine Okafor.
We remember.
Lieutenant Captain Williams Olani.
We remember.
Captain Innocent.
We remember.
Lieutenant Captain Joseph Onyejaka.
We remember.
Captain I. Joseph Mba.
We remember.
Captain Matthew Njimike.
We remember.
Sergeant Joseph Ibekwe.
We remember.
May their courage be our inspiration and strength. Biafra.
Freedom.
Biafra.
Freedom.
Biafra.
Freedom.
By the light of divine countenance, we shall then pass without fear in the face of our adversaries, though through the valley of the shadow, and all at last shall receive the reward of truth, righteous, of true and honesty, and acquire the possession of Biafra land and of an immortal inheritance. For death cannot keep us from the face of Chukwu Abiyama, God, whose strong grip will free us from Nigeria bondage and lift us out of shadow into the light that cannot die. In the numberless towns and villages in Nigeria and the rest of Africa and elsewhere in Europe and Asia, where we have lived in, too many of them we have endured cruel suffering, death in the hands of our fellow human beings, just because of who we are. We remember Sergeant Afobiru.
We remember.
Sergeant Peter Bassi.
We remember.
Sergeant Robert Bassi.
We remember.
Sergeant Michael Uche.
We remember.
Sergeant Boniface Uche.
We remember.
Captain Timothy Iseyi.
We remember.
Captain Sunday Amaoli.
We remember.
Captain Anthony Amaoli.
We remember.
Captain Paul Udo Undukwe.
We remember.
Captain Festus Nwandike.
We remember.
Using the lighted candle, raising it up facing the east, we say, some we have forgotten, others are sealed in our memory, a wound that does not heal. May their courage be our inspiration and strength.
Yes, sir. Seventh reader.
The generations of the and merchants, still their blood cries out from the earth. What can they say? What can we do? How do we bear the unbearable or accept what life has for our people? We know that all that was born must die, but how do we compare the slow passage of time with the callous slaughter and the starvation of the millions of innocents caught up before their time? They lived with faith and hope, not all but most, and surely most died with faith in God, Chukwuabiama, in life, in the goodness that evil flames cannot destroy. May we find a way to increase the strength of their faith, that trust, that sure sense that life and soul endure beyond this body's death. We remember Captain William Abata.
We remember.
We remember Captain Okori Awu.
We remember.
We remember Captain Wilfred Azubike.
We remember.
We remember Captain Reginald Green.
We remember.
We remember Captain Joseph Adaka.
We remember.
We remember Lieutenant Captain Silas Uzomba.
We remember.
We remember Lieutenant Captain Maurice.
We remember.
Peter Joseph Ibe.
We remember.
Peter Cornelius Uwa Oha.
We remember.
John Eke Juba.
We remember.
May their courage be our inspiration and strength. Almighty and most merciful Chukwu Abiyama Okike, in whom we live and move and have our being, and before whom all men must hereafter appear to render an account of the deeds done in the body. We do most earnestly beseech thee to impress upon our minds the solemnity and infamy of this day. May we ever remember that in the midst of life we are in death, and so live and act our separate paths, that we may have no cause for sorrow or fear when the hour of departure is at hand. And on this we commit our being in pursuit of Biafra nation, that the souls of all those who have died may find rest in your presence.
He said,
All hail Biafra.
all hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
Along our brothers, fallen heroes, men and women of Biafra land, we commend to Almighty God the soul of our brethren from Israel who petitioned the United Nations, but they did not against himself, whereupon in petition he bound himself. May the Lord accept him in his kingdom.
He said,
We also acknowledge a Swedish Count von Rosen, who flew the Biafra Mosquito airplane that worried Nigeria. May Almighty God accept him in his kingdom. Before I say the closing prayer, I also, Father God, I sing an eulogy to my brother who fell. Enwere m ụmụnne m ndị gburu n'agha, eji m anya mmiri na-achọ ha, eji m anya mmiri na-achọ ha. Enwere m ụmụnne m ndị gburu n'agha, eji m anya mmiri na-achọ ha.
Enwere m ụmụnne m ndị gburu n'agha, eji m anya mmiri na-achọ ha. Eji m anya mmiri na-achọ ha.
Ọmụ Chineke bịanụ, ọmụ Chukwu bịanụ, ka anyị kpọọ isi ala nye. Ọmụ Chineke bịanụ, ọmụ Chukwu bịanụ,
ka anyị kpọọ isi ala nye.
ọmụ Chineke
Bịanụ,
ọmụ Chukwu bịanụ, ka anyị kpọọ isi ala nye ya. O nna anyị ayọ gị,
gọziri anyị na Biafra. Amen, amen. O nna anyị ayọ gị, gọziri anyị ụmụ Biafra. Amen, amen.
Onye si udo adịrị na Biafra, Chineke na-ekwekwuru ka udo dịrị ya.
He said, Biafrans,
Freedom.
Biafrans,
Freedom.
freedom,
Biafra.
Biafrans,
Freedom.
freedom,